Strikes and sparks. How the Dangote, Pengassan clash tests Nigeria's fragile recovery. Introduction. Nigeria once again finds itself on the edge of nationwide industrial unrest, as the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, Pengassan, battles the Dangote refinery over the dismissal of nearly 800 workers. The Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, has ordered affiliates to prepare for a general strike, while the government scrambles to prevent the crisis from escalating. This is no ordinary labor dispute. It pits one of Africa's largest private sector employers against one of Nigeria's most powerful unions, with the fragile national economy caught in between. What sparked the crisis? The Dangote refinery, hailed as a cornerstone of Nigeria's energy independence, abruptly terminated hundreds of employees in September 2025. Management cited sabotage, absenteeism, and restructuring as reasons for the action. Pengassan, however, insists the move was a deliberate attempt to weaken organized labor and replace Nigerian workers with expatriates. In response, the union halted crude and gas supplies to the refinery and directed nationwide work stoppages. The NLC, viewing the dismissals as an attack on collective bargaining, declared solidarity. It mobilized for a strike that could shut down critical sectors across the country. The union's argument. For Pengassan and its allies, the confrontation is about union rights. The scale of dismissals signals union busting. Local labor protection. Allegations of replacing Nigerians with foreigners heighten nationalistic concerns. Precedent. Allowing Dangote to act unchecked could embolden other employers to sideline unions. From this perspective, striking is not just defensive, it is existential. The employer's position. Dangote management counters with a different narrative. Operational safety. The sacked workers posed risks to refinery stability. Efficiency. A multi-billion-dollar project cannot afford disruptions or inefficiencies. National interest. As Nigeria's flagship refinery, the company argues that a strike jeopardizes not just private profits but the wider economy. Management has branded the union strike call as reckless and harmful to ordinary Nigerians. The government's role. Alarmed by the potential fallout, the federal government convened emergency negotiations. The Ministry of Labor has tried to mediate, balancing workers' rights with the need to protect a project critical to energy supply and fiscal stability. The intervention highlights the state's dual responsibility, ensuring industrial peace while safeguarding the economy. The economic stakes. Why does this dispute matter beyond the refinery gates? Fuel scarcity. Any disruption at Dangote threatens nationwide fuel supply, risking queues and price hikes. Electricity crisis. With 70% of power generated from gas, halting supply could plunge Nigeria into blackouts. Inflation. Rising energy costs will filter into food, transport, and manufacturing prices. Investor confidence. Labor instability at Nigeria's most high-profile project could scare off investment. Public burden. The strike's harshest impact will fall on ordinary Nigerians already squeezed by economic hardship. Labor's long history of strikes. Nigeria's unions have often used strikes to secure concessions. While effective at times, the tactic also imposes heavy economic and social costs. The Dangote crisis therefore reopens an old debate. Can unions defend workers without paralyzing the economy? Alternatives to strikes. Unions need a broader toolkit than all-out stoppages. Options include targeted or rolling actions to maintain pressure without total shutdown. Work-to-rule campaigns, limiting productivity but keeping essential services running. Litigation, challenging dismissals through the National Industrial Court. Mediation or arbitration by neutral bodies, including the Ministry of Labor or ILO. Public campaigns, building social and political pressure on management. Conditional deals, where no strike pledges are exchanged for reinstatement or procedural reforms. These strategies allow unions to signal strength while protecting national interests. A roadmap to peace. To defuse the standoff, several steps are critical. A cooling-off period, suspending further actions during talks. Transparent investigation into the dismissals and sabotage allegations. Conditional reinstatement of some workers to restore trust. A robust collective bargaining agreement to govern future relations. Regular public communication to calm markets and reassure citizens. Conclusion. Principle versus pragmatism. At its heart, the Dangote-Pengassan clash is a test of balance. Labor is right to defend workers from arbitrary dismissals. Management is right to protect efficiency and safety. But Nigeria cannot afford the collateral damage of prolonged strikes. The solution lies in compromise, unions embracing creative alternatives to strikes, and employers recognizing the legitimacy of organized labor. The country's economic recovery is too fragile to be sacrificed at the altar of confrontation. Only dialogue, respect, and innovation in industrial relations can ensure that both workers' rights and national interests are safeguarded.